Welcome to part 2 of Dihybrid cross. In this video we're going to be looking at an example question. So, in cats, black fur coded for big B and long whiskers coded by big L are dominant to yellow fur, which is small b, and short whiskers, which is small l. So in this question, a black cat with long whiskers is crossed with a yellow cat with short whiskers. What would the phenotypic ratio of the F1 generation, i.e. the offspring of these two cats, be? Okay, so first of all, here is the black cat. We can see that they've given us the genotype, and based on that we can say that the chromosomes will have big B and big L. And here is the yellow cat with short whiskers, and these are the genes that it's going to have. So the first thing that we want to do is work out what type of gametes they will produce. Let's see what chromosomes that this black cat with long whiskers can produce. Here's one, here's the other one, and because of crossing over, we get this and also this one. And let's move on to the yellow cat with short whiskers. Here's one, here's the second one. Again, because of crossing over, we can produce this and this combination. Now you might have noticed, this is not similar to the previous video. In fact, each cat only produces one unique type of chromosome, so we don't need to make a 4x4 table. The only combination that we're going to get will be the following. So all the children will have a big B with a big L followed by a small b with a small l in their genotype. So they're all going to be black cats with long whiskers, however, they're going to be heterozygous. Show the expected ratio in the F2 generation, or in other words, the grandchildren of this black and yellow cat. So let's remind ourselves, we had the parents, black cat on the left, yellow cat on the right. These two crossed, and all of the children were heterozygous. That was the F1 generation. So we're going to take two offsprings from these children and cross them again. What do we expect to see in the F2 generation? So now these ones that we're crossing are both heterozygous. So here we have a dihybrid heterozygous cross. And just like in the previous video, we should get a ratio of 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. So remember, whenever you have two parents that are both heterozygous and this dihybrid, you would get a ratio of 9 to 3 to 3 to 1. Remember, each of those numbers represents the following ratio. So, for this example, we'll say that black and yellow, the hair color, is gene 1, and long or short whiskers is gene 2. That means 9 offspring from the 16 that we produce will have dominant on gene 1 and dominant on gene 2, meaning that they'll have black fur and long whiskers. And these are all the possible genotypes of those children that fall under the 9. As you can see, in all of these 4 combinations, gene 1's dominant and so is gene 2. Now you might think, hold on, there are 4 combinations on the left, but didn't we say that there will be 9 offspring? So let's go back to that previous video. We saw that in Steve and Natasha's example, 9 children will be dominant on gene 1 and dominant on gene 2. However, some genotypes or combinations of alleles are repeating. For example, if you look at these 4, they all have the same genotype. These 2 also have the same genotype. So do these 2. And this one's unique. So in total, yes, there are 9 children, however, there are 4 unique combinations of alleles. Okay, since we're doing this, I'm also going to introduce one more thing, the dash method. These 4 combinations that we have on the left here can all be generalized into this formula. This is called the dash method. Now it's not officially called the dash method, however, this is what I'm going to be calling it. So if you look at all 4 combinations, what do they all have in common? They all have a big B, followed either by a big B or a small b. They all have a big L, again followed by a big L or a small l. So the dashes just mean that you could have a dominant or a recessive allele there, it won't make a difference. We always use this dash method when we have multiple genotypes, for example these 4, which all code for the same phenotype. In this case, they all code for black fur and long whiskers. Okay, let's look at the next one. There's going to be 3 offspring which have dominant on the first gene and recessive on the second gene, meaning they'll have black fur with short whiskers. And these are the possible combinations for those 3. How could we write this in dash style? Like the following. Notice how they both have a big B, followed by either a big B or a small b, and then they also both have 2 small l's. The other 3 will have the opposite, so recessive on gene 1, but dominant on gene 2. So they're going to have yellow fur with long whiskers. And again, this is the possible genotypes that can produce this. Pause the video at this point and see if you can think about the dash form for this. Okay, so this is what it would look like. They both have 2 small b's and a big L followed by either a big L or a small l. And finally, one offspring will have yellow fur with short whiskers, and that will be this genotype. This will not have a dash method because there's only one genotype coding for this particular phenotype. Hey guys, if that video helped you, support our channel by liking, subscribing and sharing it with your friends. And more importantly, if you still have questions, drop a post on our forum at ExamQA.com, where I will personally be there to help answer your questions. Mohammed signing out.